What are the consequences if a soldier refuses to shave his beard after being ordered to? Fort Carson, Colorado, 2016. Staff Sergeant Marcus Johnson had been growing his beard for religious reasons. Convert to Islam. Claimed it was required by his faith. Command initially approved a religious accommodation waiver. Everything was fine for 6 months. Then we got deployment orders to Afghanistan. New battalion commander Colonel Williams, strict old school officer. First thing he did was review all religious waivers. Called Johnson into his office. Afghanistan's a combat zone, Sergeant. Gas masks don't seal properly over facial hair. Your waiver is revoked. Johnson respectfully disagreed. Cited Army Regulation 67-2-1, religious accommodation policies. Said his faith required him to maintain the beard regardless of deployment status. Requested appeal through chaplain services. Colonel wasn't having it. You have 48 hours to shave or face disciplinary action. This is about soldier safety, not religious freedom. Johnson stood his ground. 48 hours passed. Reported to formation clean-shaven everywhere except his beard. Perfectly groomed within regulations otherwise. First punishment was Article 15. Loss of pay, restriction to base, extra duty. Johnson accepted it without complaint. Still refused to shave. Week 2, another Article 15. Johnson's defense argued religious persecution. Military lawyer said the case was complex. Constitutional issues versus military necessity. Media got wind of it. Religious liberty groups rallied behind Johnson. ACLU offered legal representation. Story went national. Muslim soldier punished for following faith. Army brass got nervous. Bad publicity during war on terror. Looked like discrimination against Muslim service members. Pentagon ordered review of all religious accommodation policies. Meanwhile, Johnson kept showing up to formation. Beard intact, taking punishment after punishment. Never complained, never showed disrespect. Model soldier except for facial hair. Third Article 15 came with recommendation for court-martial. Johnson's civilian lawyer filed federal lawsuit. Constitutional violation. Religious discrimination. Violation of Religious Freedom Restoration Act. Local imam testified on Johnson's behalf. Explained religious requirements for facial hair in Islam. How shaving would violate fundamental beliefs. Beard was mandatory, not optional. Colonel doubled down. Brought in chemical warfare expert. Testified about gas mask seal requirements. Showed photos of chemical attack victims. Argued Johnson's beard could kill him and others. Johnson's team countered with alternative protective equipment. Special gas masks designed for bearded personnel. Used by Israeli military, Canadian forces. Technology existed. Court case dragged on for months. Johnson remained on base, taking punishment, maintaining his position. Neither side backing down. Media attention intensified. Religious groups protested outside the base. Veterans organizations split down the middle. Some supported religious freedom. Others backed military discipline. Johnson's story inspired other Muslim soldiers to request beard waivers. Army processing dozens of applications. Legal precedent would affect thousands of service members. Pentagon finally intervened. Secretary of Defense ordered comprehensive review. Brought in religious leaders, military lawyers, medical experts. Needed policy clarification. After 8 months, compromise emerged. Army would allow religious beards with special protective equipment. Johnson could keep his beard if he used modified gas mask. Johnson accepted the compromise. Received the special equipment. Deployed to Afghanistan with his unit. Served with distinction. No safety incidents. Colonel Williams requested transfer. Claimed the case undermined his authority. Got reassigned to Pentagon desk job. Career effectively over. Johnson completed his deployment successfully. Promoted to Sergeant First Class. Became poster child for religious accommodation in military. His case led to permanent policy changes. Army now provides alternative protective equipment for religious beards. Accommodation process streamlined, but the cost was enormous. 8 months of legal battles. Thousands in taxpayer money. Unit cohesion damaged. Media circus. Some soldiers resented Johnson. Felt he put personal beliefs above unit readiness. Others admired his conviction. Divided opinions lingered for years. Johnson retired in 2019. Honorable discharge. Full benefits. Became advocate for religious rights in military. Speaks at conferences about balancing faith and service. The beard that started it all, still perfectly groomed. Johnson says it represents something bigger than facial hair. Symbol of standing up for constitutional principles. Military learned important lesson. Religious accommodation isn't just about paperwork. Real people, real faith, real consequences. Balance required between military necessity and constitutional rights. Johnson's courage changed policy for thousands of Muslim, Sikh, and Orthodox Jewish service members. Sometimes one person's stand creates lasting change.